Hello and welcome to Games from Folktales, a podcast that mixes historical research and tabletop role-playing settings. I'm your host, Timothy Ferguson. This week, The Angels with Leaden Wings, a mystery cult for House Veditis. I put off recording this as long as possible with my podcast plan. I apologise if my voice is a little bit croaky. Why do so many Veditis magi make submersibles? We're focused in the published material on magical submarines, but let's think about something else. Let's think about bathyspheres. Imagine a sphere that's lowered into the dark. It must be a perfect sphere. If it has a flaw, it will collapse, and you, within the sphere, will be crushed to death. You are alone in the darkness. If you can see out into the ocean, it is through perfectly clear quartz circles which you have made. You are sinking, and then you will rise. You will be reborn in the light and the air. At the bottom of the ocean, do the great Titanoi dance? Do the dragons of the waters writhe? Does Leviathan wait for the end of days? Something is down there, and you plummet towards it. A plummet is a mason's tool, a lead weight on a line. It points directly downward to allow you to build columns toward the sun and to measure the depth of oceans. Many plummets have a hollow in the tip, so a fragment of the seabed can be brought to the surface. The Latin for lead is plumen, and for feathers is plumata. Plumes are named for their role in guiding the flight of lead darts. Veditis use grey feathers and Icarus under the water as a symbol for this cult. Some say the masters of this cult fall so they can rise. They are building bathyspheres which rise into twilight, protecting their passengers from warping as they examine the magical realm. Many think the reason Veditis make automata they can ride inside is for war. But this is not so. They hope to create an excursion suit which can move when it's in the magical realm. Shape and material bonuses. Lead has the following shape and material bonuses: wards 4, hatred 3, summoning or binding ghosts 3, and summoning or binding spirits 3. Rope has restraint or binding 4 and strangulation 2. A lead line makes an excellent talisman, particularly if it's enchanted so that the magus can cause it to move independently. The invisible porter, for example, allows a magus to use the line to draw a circle, or to send it over a wall or out a window. A magus with touch range extended by a cable can use the questing tip of the plummet to make spells easier by seeking out contact with an enemy, or can create a trip line, spreading touch across an entire path. A lead line traditionally is knotted or marked in fathoms. A fathom is the distance between the two outstretched arms of a sailor, although later this was standardized to 2 yards. The British naval custom is that anything deeper than 100 fathoms is offshore, and is charted as unfathomable. It seems unlikely that a magus would carry a line 600 feet long, but that number may be of use in designing bathyspheric initiations. The plummet of the talisman is traditionally lead, but it can be any weight. This makes the portion of the talisman a small object of base metal, 10 pawns. The most ancient plummets so far discovered are of stone, but wood and bronze were also common, and ivory is known if rare. Wood and ivory are easier to open to enchantment, 4 pawns. The line of the plummet is a rope or perhaps a chain. By weight, it may be a large object made of cloth, 4 pawns, but shorter lines are possible for 3 pawns. If chain is used instead, it is a base metal object of large or medium size for 20 or 15 pawns. An initiation script for the utter mystery of the angels with leaden wings. The fall into darkness is an initiation into a new virtue, Ways of the Lands of Magic. It grants a +3 bonus on rolls to navigate within the magic realm. It may also provide some benefit in dealing with the strange environment found there. Characters who have undergone the fall find it difficult to deal with the minutiae of corporeal life. They find human society difficult to enjoy and find living with the randomness of the world irritating. This is modelled by the oversensitive flaw. Assuming the Mystigog has a presence and cult lore of 9, the script is: must travel to a sacred part of the sea at a certain time, for 3, Minor ordeal, oversensitive gained. 3. Quest, it's difficult to find a Verditas and Mystagogue willing to assist in the venture. 3. Quest, must go to the Cave of Twisting Shadows to examine the Axis Magica, which is a reflection of what the character is attempting to build. 3. The sacrifice of wealth and time in creating the Bathysphere. 2. Sympathetic bonus for the right. 3. And if the character has a talisman, it must be destroyed and replaced with a lead line. And if the character does not have a talisman, they must quest for a special item to act as the plummet. 2. Total 30 grants Ways of the Lands of Magic. It's rumoured that the inner mystery, which may be called Rising into Light, allows the character to create an automaton with which to travel to the Hall of Heroes or a similar place in the magic realm. Some magi say it allows the Verditas to take the place of one of the cogs in the clockwork of the universe. This is a form of ascension. Your saga may vary.